is Lake Superior, the largest freshwater lake in the entire world. Lake Superior clocks in at a ridiculous 31,700 square miles. And to put that in a British context, it's slightly bigger than Scotland and without the bagpipes. In all...
What? No chance. Bigger than... Did I understood that correct, my friend? Today I will be reacting to British lakes and got nothing on America. Okay, I will also try to share my European perspective, but before I go into that, can I ask you for one thing? If you can leave a like, thank you so much, my friend. This is the best way to show support. If you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Now, link for the original video in my description. I love Lawrence. Give him some love. That said, let's play it.
So okay, let's take a look at the greatest non-Great lake in the United States. Try saying that without coffee. I just did.
Okay, that's crazy.
Hello, I'm Lawrence Brown and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond. And one of those memos pertains to ponds, or rather large ponds known as lakes. And depending on which side of the pond, as in the Atlantic, that you live on, the size of your average lake might well be very different. And that's because...
Okay, the idea I have about this in America, you guys have giant lakes, right? This is something that is you know, quite different than other countries, specific here in Europe. This will be a crazy video, I have a feeling.
And I hope that the Queen doesn't banish me from re-entering Britain for saying this, British lakes ain't got nothing on America. Now once again, Uncle Toby, please sit down with your protests. This is not some wild claim that the United States has better lakes than Britain, just bigger ones. And that's because
bigger ones, yeah.
A sizable amount of American lakes are just bloody massive.
To be honest, better is always relative, right? Bigger, it's not relative.
Massive. And Britain shouldn't feel especially bad about this because, I mean, number one, you can't help geology. And number two, there aren't many countries that can rival the United States when it comes to big wet stuff. I'm still talking about the lakes. I know I've said this a number of times, but this video really is going to be truly deep in that we're going to look at the depth of the lakes. And so without further ado, let's do that first.
Let's do it. Depth.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you may have noticed by now that it's winter. And of course, one of the most enduring sights, admittedly, in both countries at this time of year, is people ice skating on frozen over lakes. And when I say people, I mean people that aren't me. This does happen in Britain.
Dude, anyone watching this video ever did that? Because that sounds crazy dangerous. Am I off on this? Tell me in the comments, please.
Particularly in Scotland, where temperatures are typically...
I actually had nightmares when I was a kid about that for some reason, that I was going the lake and... yeah, not great.
Coldest. But in the United States, opportunities for ice skating on lakes, or indeed that thing where you slide on your knees that I tried once and fell in, are far more greater because the temperatures here in the north, frankly, are just stupid. So not only does that mean that lakes are more likely to freeze over here in the first place, but when they do so, they remain that way for weeks. And because some American lakes tend to be really deep, you really don't want to fall in like I did, especially in your underpants. For context, the deepest lake in the United Kingdom, located appropriately in Scotland, is, and I'm definitely going to butcher the pronunciation, Loch Murar. That was, I am terrified.
Wait, Loch? Is that the Loch Ness Monster? That's the origin of the word?
Going to have men in kilts after me now. But Loch Murar, located in the northwest of the Highlands, is a beautiful body of water surrounded by stunning scenery. Furthermore, it plunges to a pretty sizable depth of 1,017 feet. So if you're a large monster trying to hide in Scotland, you've made a fool of yourself by not choosing this one. That said, there are several lakes in the United States that go even deeper, one of which is almost twice as much. Did that sentence make sense? I don't know. And that lake is Crater Lake in Oregon. As a pilot myself, I've had the rare opportunity to fly over Crater Lake.
I actually am aware of that one because of other videos. Oregon, my friends, is so beautiful. Leave a like if you agree with that. Or if you agree that America is beautiful. Now you have to leave a like. It is what it is. No, but the jokes aside, America is really beautiful. But I love Oregon. I think it's one of the most beautiful states, no doubt in my mind.
On Flight Simulator. And it really is a thing of beauty. But despite the fact that its name conjures up images of cataclysmic meteor strikes, this one...
This was a volcano, something like that, what?
was Earth's doing. Stunningly, the lake was formed following the collapse of a volcano called Mount Mazama. And I know what you're thinking, what a shame humans weren't around to see that happen. They were. While this might sound like something that happened billions of years ago, the lake's formation can be traced back to just 6,000 years BC. And records indicate that the collapse was actually witnessed by a native tribe along the shore of Klamath Lake. Today, it is the deepest lake in the United States with a maximum depth of...
Dude, okay. Yeah, quite different. But the thing about Native Americans, I say this a couple of times, I know, but their history is so fascinating. If you are an American, you for sure are curious about what happened in that beautiful land. Am I off? Because I would be... I'm already so curious to understand... can you imagine what the hell was going on America? You know, it's crazy.
1,900...
To be honest, I think that can apply to... even to Europe. History is something fascinating to study.
43 feet. Now that's pretty impressive, but when you clicked on this video, you weren't thinking, ooh, Crater Lake, that's definitely one of the largest lakes in America, because it isn't. So without further ado, let's move on to this.
Okay.
There are two more things that I should note about Crater Lake. Number one, it's located inside a caldera. And number two, it doesn't even come close to matching the total area of some of America's biggest lakes.
I thought it was the biggest. Okay. But in terms of deep, it's the deepest one. Okay. But I also thought it was the biggest. Oh, that's crazy. Anyone ever saw that lake live? Tell me in the comments. I would love to know that.
In fact, because of those two reasons, there's a third thing you can say about Crater Lake. You can usually see the other side, but the same cannot be said along large shorelines of one group of lakes in particular, the Great Lakes. And just to get a sense of how great those lakes really are, the largest lake by area in the entire United Kingdom is Loch Ness in Northern Ireland. At 151 square miles, it's pretty noticeable on a map of the UK. But here's the thing, Lake Michigan, a body...
I'm starting to assume lake and loch, they have some connection, the word.
...of water that I just happen to live near, is not only significantly larger than Loch Ness, it's 4 times the size of Northern Ireland.
4 times?
And that's not even the Great Lake with the most superior size. That is Lake Superior, the largest freshwater lake in the entire world. Lake Superior clocks in at a ridiculous 31,700 square miles. And to put that in a British context, it's slightly bigger than Scotland and without the bagpipes. In all...
What? No chance. Bigger than... Did I understood that correct, my friend? Dude, that's insane, actually. What?
The total combined area of the Great Lakes is 94...
So, sorry for so many pauses, I know, my friend. I'm trying my best. But this, I'm a curious person. It is what it is. I cannot change that. Anyone watching me right now, cannot be tomorrow, needs to be now, lives around a famous lake or a big one, even if it's not famous. If so, leave me a comment. André, I'm watching from Alabama. I'm not sure if there is a lake in Alabama, but I assume there is. But if so, leave me a comment and the name of the lake or something. I don't know.
4,250 square miles. Even if you combined all of the lakes in the United Kingdom, they wouldn't come close to that. And that's because the total combined area of the United Kingdom is 93,620.
I should not make fun of this because Portugal is smaller than the United Kingdom. But that's insane.
28 square miles. And, you know, I can hear Uncle Toby going, ooh, that's not fair because the Great Lakes are housed within Canada and the United States. That's 2 countries.
Oh, that's not fair, actually. Okay, that's actually not fair. I did not know that.
Teaming up on, admittedly, 4 countries in the UK. So, okay, let's take a look at the greatest non-Great lake in the United States. Try saying that without coffee.
Okay.
I just did. The largest lake in the United States that isn't a part of the Great Lakes still has great in the title. It's the Great Salt Lake in Utah. And having genuinely flown over this one,
I love Utah.
it is bloody huge. So huge, in fact, that it has room for 2 different colors at roughly 17.
Why? What the hell that means, 2 different colors? Oh, maybe it's a bit of a swamp in the other side. What's going on?
100 square miles, it's about a third the size of Northern Ireland and 11 Loch Neys. Naturally, all 5 Great Lakes take up the top 5 positions of most voluminous lakes, so since it's a given that they would absolutely obliterate Britain's most voluminous, which US lake has the 6th most amount of water? That accolade belongs to Lake Tahoe in the Sierra Nevada, which holds a staggering 36 cubic miles of water.
Dude, I thought Nevada was basically this desert. Maybe I'm wrong.
And if that was me, I would definitely need a wee. Compare that to 1.8 cubic miles of water. That's how much water the UK's record breaker holds. A little known lake by the name of Loch Ness. That's why it lives there. That's it for this episode. Let me know in the comments below your
fantastic video, my friends.
And please subscribe to my channel so that my videos don't make like a volcano and get lost in the pond.
Sure.
And a huge Lake Superior size shout out to my patrons who make these videos possible.
Oh, Lord, it's always spot on these type of videos, my friends. Well, thank you so much for watching. Really means a lot that you guys end up spending this time with me. Rivers, just to put some context, I guess, rivers here in my country are famous. You know, we have a lot of amazing rivers. Lakes, I don't even think this is, I mean, there is lakes in Portugal, but it's not really a big thing, I would say. If any Portuguese is watching me, correct me if I'm wrong, feel free, my friend. But this is a big thing in America, right? And makes a lot of sense because certain states are so far from the beach, so far from a big river. Portugal is basically a beach country. If you look, we are always on the beach. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, my friends. See you guys next time.